After doing so many diets, I was kind of like, am I just going to be like a fat guy? Like, is that just who I am?
I had no idea, pardon my French, what the fuck I was doing wrong.
And every year I kept gaining 3 pounds, 5 pounds, and you know what, big deal. And you slowly get to a point where like, how did this happen?
All the things that had worked my entire life just weren't working.
I just got tired of looking at myself in the mirror and knowing that this is not the human being that I'm supposed to be.
I was at a point where I was either going to just accept being fat and mediocre for the rest of my life, or really get to the point where I was going to do something about it.
I wasn't losing weight like I thought I should, or looking physically like I thought I should, given how much working out I was doing. So I knew something was wrong.
I was scared of dying. I never wanted to go to the doctor. I didn't want to get on the scale. I didn't want to do any of that stuff because I knew what the results were going to say. And the results were going to say that you're making choices in your life that are going to make your life short.
I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the way I felt. The health issues is really what was my wake-up call.
I was in a bad spot, really bad spot.
How was I feeling? Sloppy, tired, non-motivated.
I was just not happy with the way I looked, and that exuded to my personal relationships, my wife, my friends, and my work.
Had a scare in July with the cardiologist.
Went to the cardiologist. He's like, hey man, if you don't take care of this, you're going to have diabetes. You're going to have this problem. I was on meds.
I just wanted to get back into shape, wanted to lose the gut fat, just didn't feel good about myself. There was a lot of things that I don't think I realized I had felt or was feeling prior to starting Gutless.
I was like, maybe only skinny people have it in them to actually get thin, because it just wasn't working. So
my suits weren't fitting. I'm a financial advisor, wear a suit every day. And so that was a problem for me. That was going to be an expensive wardrobe change.
I was really feeling frustrated with self-confidence.
I wanted to obviously be back to my thin, handsome days, but I was like, oh, maybe those are behind me.
Scared that I'm going to die when I'm 45 years old and leave 4 kids to my wife to fend for themselves.
What good is everything you have if you're not going to live a long time?
I just knew I had to change.
I'm John Yemilo. I lost 65 pounds with Gutless. I feel great, and I'm a better dad, and a better husband, and a better person.
My name is Jerry, and I lost 25.4 pounds on Gutless. I've been on a million diets, like I said, a million personal trainers, but when you got guys keeping you honest every single day, it's night and day difference what you can accomplish.
Self-confidence has changed. I was just in Vegas for the weekend. I was stoked to have my shirt off.
How do I feel now? As good as I've ever felt in the last 25 years.
My abs are back.
Not to mention all the medical issues I had prior and off the meds and all the great things.
I'm going to probably kick the BP meds pretty soon. Cholesterol, fatty liver, all of these things drop down within a span of 6 weeks.
After like the first 2 weeks of Gutless, I went back to the doctor and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm, on this program. He's like, Jesus, he's like, whatever it is, keep doing it. Because like, if you keep this up, you're not going to be on any of these meds.
I saw that cardiologist in July. Saw him again in September when we were in the heat of the battle, and he's the same question as John's cardiologist. What the fuck happened to you? This is what happened to me. And he said, keep doing what you're doing. Same as John's cardiologist.
I'm Mike Marciano, and I lost 34 pounds on Gutless. Diet was easy to follow. The program to me was amazing. Starting to get a lot of notices from people, hey, you're looking good, this and that.
I'm Michael King. I lost 40.8 pounds on Gutless. How do I feel now? I feel great. I feel mentally as sharp as I've ever been.
My name is Kyle Berry. I lost 19 pounds on Gutless.
Biggest changes for me, obviously, were physical, but a lot of mental, a lot of controls that I didn't know I had.
It certainly changed my attitude, my abilities to complete tasks, the way I approach different hardships or hurdles in front of me.
My confidence, whether it's addressing my team at work and just individual relationships, I don't feel that shame.
Better physically, mentally, more rested, more clear-headed.
I have to go to a big event tomorrow night, and I'm wearing a suit I haven't worn in 2 years. I had to throw out 3 belts. I was on the last belt loop of three belts.
I feel like I look better and feel better.
I'm Kirwan Walters. I lost 28.1 pounds on Gutless. I think it was one of the best moves I've done for a while. This has been a very, very, very positive experience for me. And I feel great. I feel really good. I'm getting rid of my fat people clothes.
The thing I like most about Gutless, it is a feel of camaraderie, being held accountable. Because otherwise, without that accountability, I would drift away and say, fuck it, I'll start next week. There was no starting next week when you're accountable to others to do your best efforts.
Everybody really motivated me. And
I'm Chris Moen. I lost 24 pounds in Gutless. just feel 100 times better throughout all my fat boy clothes. Belt's getting smaller, everything fitting a lot better.
I really picked up some unbelievable habits.
I think there's an intense amount of respect for people that are able to make such dramatic changes and have it show in their appearance, but also the way they carry themselves.
This whole thing has changed my whole direction of life, how I wake up every day, how I work out, how I eat, all of it, just like the rest of you guys do.
Feeling like I'm an attractive male that my wife likes looking at. It's a lot different than just walking around and kind of trying to blend in. Before, it's always like, yeah, Moen, hey, big guy, Moen. Funny guy, everyone calls me big guy, and now I think people take me a lot more seriously.
My name is Greg Brown. I lost 26 pounds with Gutless. Now all my suits fit, all my clothes fit. My confidence is back. It was really quick. It was easy to follow.
It brings the competitive nature out of you. If you're a former athlete, you have any type of competitive blood in you, it's going to bring you back to your glory days.
I had the locker room feel, just hanging out with the boys, talking about our issues. We cruised right through to the end.
My belt's too big, my shorts are too big, and it's working. So it's killer to see the results like this, and it's not that hard to make those changes.
That I can actually see my belt underneath my shirt without my stomach hanging over it. That's a huge confidence boost. Work-wise, I'm back to sort of kicking ass and taking names. I was always a bit of a high flyer, and now I feel I can be a high flyer again.
I feel a ton stronger, ton more energy. The snoring's gone away, sleeping much better.
I am Gutless proud and Gutless happy.
I feel great, and it's all because of Gutless.
I'm in a good place, and I owe it all to Gutless.
This is great. I can do this forever.